In the Netherlands, we have a website, Tiny Finey, and I was looking to live in a tiny house. I heard some people were selling their tiny house, and I searched for if I could buy a tiny house, and then I found one person who said, "Oh, I'm selling my tiny house, but there are also more spaces left." I contacted that person, and now a year later we're here.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there are more and more this kind of communities being developed in the Netherlands.
Yes, but
and
I think
shut down as well in the same time.
I think it's also going to shut down because the government changed the building laws.
Okay.
So it's a little bit harder to get a permit.
Oh.
And also a little bit more expensive to get a permit.
Yeah.
So that's we're gonna see how it's gonna work after this year.
Yeah.
This is the first year they introduced those rules. We're lucky enough that we had to hand in a permit last year, so we don't have an issue with that. But for new people who want to start, it's gonna be difficult.
Okay. And here you have to pay some fee to government every month, or it's like
for the permit or for the
no for the land.
The land, it's from a farmer. It's a private owner. So
it's private. Okay.
We pay a little bit of fee to the farmer.
Okay. So it's a private land, but made it officially.
Yeah. So the government asked to. They really want to have tiny houses in their community, and they ask everybody in a tender like, hey, if you have a space where you want to place tiny house, hand in a proposal, and we're gonna look at it. And so they picked one program, and it was this plan with this farmer and somebody who's taking the initiative. And then he searched for people who want to live here.
Oh, nice. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that it works.
Yeah.
At least it worked out.
Yeah.
With this one.
Yeah. And also because of it's a farming land, it's a very good ground to plant stuff on it. So we also want to have a big food forest around us.
Okay.
So all the plants we're gonna plant will be eatable.
So you build it in 4 months?
Yes.
Like weekends and morning till evening?
Yes. I I stopped doing my work, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna 4 months I'm gonna build the tiny house. I had help, so I wasn't alone, so in 4 months we built it with 2 persons.
Only 2? Oh, that's fine as well. Like 4 months.
Yeah.
And how much did it cost you to build it?
Including transport to this location, or without transport. I think without transport I paid 90,000 euros.
Okay.
Including all the systems. So also including the battery, including the solar panels and all the system you need for it.
But that's like more than 10k, no? The system, filter system.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That cost a lot.
Yeah, only one power bank or battery is 3,500 euros. So yeah. Okay. So I think the system and my windows are the most expensive part of it.
And you had some space to build it.
Yeah, I rented a space to build it.
And you have like in Netherlands possibilities to rent place where people building other tiny houses,
yes.
or it's just
so
random?
it's a place where it's a company that provides places where you can build your own tiny house.
Okay, and tools and stuff.
And tools.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
And some assistants.
And some assistants. Okay. And some practical information on where to buy stuff or how you have to handle the regulations of the government and transport. They can also help with it. So that's made a huge difference as well.
Yeah, that's very nice. And you built it like with no prior building experience?
I did have some.
You had some?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you built a house before?
No, I didn't build a house before, but I did some building stuff. So I'm not new to building, but this is the first house that I'm building.
Yeah. And did you have someone check, like when you made design, like some engineer or something, construction?
Yeah, I had a construction guy who did the calculations on the construction part. Yeah.
That's important.
Yes, that's important, and that was also permitted from the government to place here.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if without construction. Yeah.
And it's nice that government actually allowed you to be off the grid here, because there are many places it's like forbidden to be off the grid.
Yes, it's very special to be off grid, and they were very easy with it because they also have some bigger facilities here already in this government that are also off-grid.
Okay.
So we're not the first people, and then we're very small compared to those other parties.
And about the toilet, you had to make some composting, or you have how you deal with that?
Yeah, we have a compost. We have separate two different compost piles. One for kitchen leftovers, and one for the poop.
Solid.
Yeah.
And do you use it as a produce gas or something, or it's just a composting and
just
then you use it in the ground?
Yeah, we're gonna put it in the ground when we have bigger plants.
Because that would be as well idea to make gas.
Yeah, but because we had to rush in very fast, we only had a couple of months before where we had to design, permit, and all that stuff. We didn't have the time to figure that kind of stuff out.
Yeah.
And we hope in the summertime we have more time to talk as a community to that kind of alternatives.
Right. And if you would do it from scratch, is there anything you would do differently? Or any tips you could give you yourself back?
I would make a better planning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think planning and when you order stuff is the best, is something I
planning into ordering materials.
Yes.
And stuff.
Yeah, when do you want to have things and when do you want to finish things, and then you also know that you need what you need for it. So sometimes you're so focused, okay, I need to have finished this one, and then you forget that you have to do the next step as well.
Right.
And by thinking all those steps, a step before, you can order on time, and then you also work on time.
But it's very overwhelming when you do it first time and so big project.
Yes.
And in
such a small, short time. Yeah.
And what do you do for living?
I'm a designer, so I design creative stuff. So I have a brand to make coffee cups from the local clay. That's why I made that.
You want to show?
I can show you one. So this is a cup made from the clay from Rotterdam. So this is where I sell the coffee cups from, and I also am a designer on making textile from a really Dutch-based plant. It's new in the Netherlands to make textile out of it. So that's I'm designing the whole process, do some art projects, and everything is about telling a story about the ground where we stand on. My shower is my worst project. It didn't finish on time, and it took ages to finish it. It's just I've been living here from beginning of September, and I have warm water since last week. I messed up with a lot of things with it, and it took ages. But now I'm standing in my shower, and I can even enjoy more taking a warm shower.
Can appreciate it.
I appreciate it, really appreciate it. So, and I think that's also part of failing, that you can appreciate something more.
And about insulation, what and how much did you use?
So I used only bio-based material. So I have first 14 centimeters wood structure with wood isolation in it, soft wood isolation. And then on the outside I have 4 centimeters hard wood isolation.
Like just OSB or something?
No,
it's insulation.
Pressed.
It's pressed like sawdust, something like that.
Yeah. But still really isolating material. It's a little bit more than sawdust, but yeah. And then I have the wood structure, and then I have the transparent outside, and that's also isolated. So it's the facade is like 1 centimeter thick, with also air canals in it. Yeah. So that's also isolating. So the total package is 26 centimeters.
It's very thick for a tiny house.
It's very thick for a tiny house, and especially because the 30 square meters was outside. So I really puzzled my way in to get the right measurements.
Yeah, I asked about it because don't hear the cars at all, and like it's very well insulated.
Yes, that was one of my big plus points, because I didn't want to be in a house where you think, oh, if it's windy, I have to hold and all that kind of stuff. I really want to have a solid house.
Yeah.
And I think if you isolate it good, you don't use less power to heat up. You don't, so then you really can be beneficial of those.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the roof and the floor is the same.
No, the floor is even more. So I have first 14 centimeters wood isolation.
40.
14.
14. Okay.
14.
I was like 14.
14. No, 14.
Yeah.
And then on top of that I have different OSB plates, and then on top of that I have 6 centimeters floor wood isolation on it.
Mm-hmm.
And on the roof we have first a 14 centimeters wood isolation, and then on top of that we have 8 centimeters on pier plate, because that's the pressure if you want to walk on it, and we had to walk on it because of the solar system.
Right.
So that's the only pier isolation I used. And so the roof is extra isolated.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you can walk on it, so
And you
use
can
it
walk
as
on
a
it.
terrace.
Yes, definitely. I
Nice.
want to do that in the summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks for showing around.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ines. Welcome to my house. This is my tiny house. I built this this year, and I'm living here for a few months now. This is the heating unit, yes. So it's not connected now because